What's going on, everybody? If you're new to the channel, my name is Jerry and I want to thank you for tuning in. So this is going to be part 2 of the Trike build. So I'm going to try to put on the wheels today and mount them to the axle. Like I said in the last video, I didn't want to use any go-kart wheels because they're really expensive and I want to do this on a budget. So I bought these wheels from Princess Auto for about $7. They don't have a keyed shaft. I'll show you here. So I've already dismounted one from the wheel itself. So they don't have a keyed shaft here inside the bearing. And then the other side had a big hub that stuck out. I grinded it off to get this sprocket. This gets welded onto here, as it should. And then that's a weld on, and then I still have the hub, and then so I cut off that other thing, and then this fits perfectly inside the rim. So I was thinking I can weld this sprocket directly to the rim. So the other day when I was working on this, I was using that frame and that setup that you guys saw me build. But going through it and trying to hook up the axle and stuff, it just wasn't working, unfortunately. So I had to resort to plan B, which is this. So this is now the new Trike. I'll show you quickly the frame. So essentially what this is, it's still the same front end, but all I did was I grabbed some 1x1 tubing, square tubing, and I basically made this very basic frame setup, and then I was able to bolt the pillow bearings right to it. So right here you can see I've bolted the pillow bearings right to the frame. I created these pieces out of individual pieces, so that's a piece, that's a piece, that's a piece, that's a piece, and then that's one straight piece, and then there's these two long pieces run to the front, and I have that tiny piece there, and there's no piece underneath this sheet metal where the engine's gonna go. So I'm gonna hook up right now a bracket for the seat right there where the X's are. I'm going to beef this up with some better pieces. I just have this tack welded right now just so I could position it and sit on it properly, and then I need to hook up the down tube from where I cut off here. And then I can start putting it together. I'll paint it first actually, and then I'll start putting the engine on. So this was still really cheap. All this metal was about 28 feet worth, and it cost me, with that piece of steel, which is an 1/8 inch thick, and then I got another one which is 2 by 2 inches of scrap. 2 feet by 2 feet of 1/8 inch plate steel. All in all, it cost me about $40 from this place called Metal Superstore, or Metal Supermarkets rather. So it's still a pretty budget build. This setup would have looked really cool, but there was just no way for me to structurally make it solid and strong. And then this part here was really difficult to hook up the pillow bearings on properly. So I just had to scrap it, unfortunately. I went ahead and cleaned up all the welds, grinded them down. I mock fitted the engine right now, the seats in with like a couple bolts. So I ended up just chopping off that part of the frame. I think it'll look better. It's actually really strong. I was jumping on this. I added a plate at the bottom here, which is welded and made it stronger overall, and then I was able to weld that to the plate now and to the frame itself. And then this is quickly everything mocked up. So this is for the brake disc caliper. I couldn't figure out a better way to put it on, so that's gonna have to work for now. It's just kind of a pipe that extends over, and then the bracket itself is right here for the brake disc, for the caliper I mean. And the engine's just sitting on there right now. So I gotta do a couple more things here. I wanna put the foot pegs on the frame itself. Once that's on, then I can paint it and then hook up the chain and all that and put it in permanently. But for today, that's all the time I have right now.